A young woman found a crate next to the dumpster. What she found inside left her in tears. For Savannah Minter, spending an afternoon with her friends was normal for a Saturday. She'd enjoyed a great lunch, wandered around the mall, and after exhausting all options was finally dropping her friends back home. As Savannah pulled into her friend's apartment complex, she noticed a strange crate by the dumpster. Intrigued by the mysterious object, she approached it cautiously, and what she found inside made her burst into tears. It was a sweltering summer day back in July of 2017, when 16-year-old Savannah and her best friend were returning home from a day of hanging out. As they pulled into the parking lot of her friend's apartment complex, Savannah noticed something very strange. After parking near the dumpsters, a strange crate caught Savannah's eye. It was nestled up against the green aluminum and stood out from the other garbage piled around it. What could it possibly be? Unable to satiate her curiosity, Savannah walked over to the crate, and she later determined it to be a dog kennel. As she got closer, the teen jumped back, alarmed. Something was moving inside the crate, and it was making noise. Savannah admitted to the local news the discovery was quite shocking. "I freaked out. I was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when you find out why, you'll be shocked too." Inside the crate, there were 5 tiny, scared chihuahuas. To say Savannah was shocked and disturbed by the situation would be an understatement. "I almost started crying, and my friend had to calm me down. I was like, this is sad. How could someone ever do that?" After taking a closer look at the puppies, Savannah realized they were not doing well. They looked malnourished and were covered in fleas. There was absolutely no way that the teen could leave them in a crate by themselves overnight. Therefore, she decided to take them home. Thankfully, Savannah had a great group of friends who were willing to pitch in and help her take care of the animals over the weekend. The hope was that she could get them to a local vet come Monday morning. It seemed these terrified little chihuahuas most likely had spent their entire lives in a cage. According to a family friend, the precious pups probably had been used for breeding and were no longer viable. That's why someone unceremoniously dumped them off. Since the dogs had been through such a harrowing ordeal, they needed lots of love and attention. Savannah's friends all agreed to pitch in and help take care of the dogs. They wanted to provide them with the comfort they so desperately needed. Isn't it wonderful to see such a selfless younger generation? The group of friends ultimately wanted to find these dogs forever homes once they were checked out by a vet. They feared sending them to an animal shelter could put them at risk for euthanization. Therefore, they decided it was up to them to find suitable adopters for the dogs. Since there was absolutely no way Savannah could take care of all 5 dogs in her home, even with the help of her friends, the teens asked their parents if it was okay to split the dogs up. In the end, each friend brought one of the sweet and scared puppies home. One parent suggested that the teens check out the Nextdoor app, which worked as a social network for communities to stay in touch. The app is used by people to find babysitters, items for sale, as well as to learn more about their local neighbors. Could it possibly work to find the dogs new homes? Thinking they had nothing to lose, the teams posted an ad on the app, hoping it might attract some kind dog owners. Even if someone couldn't take one of the dogs, any help they could offer for their well-being would be much appreciated. At first, no one seemed to respond to the ad. As the teens continued to shower their little orphans with love, they hoped that someone might come to their rescue. The next day, residents of the community began to respond to the ad in droves. They offered money for vet bills, showered support for the teens' efforts, and soon the group had secured foster homes for the dogs. Some of the dogs were even adopted outright. One of the little chihuahuas, named Emma, was in seriously bad shape and had a hernia. After being examined by a vet, it was determined she needed serious medical attention. Thankfully, her rescuer was going to be right there by her side. Unfortunately, the cost of a hernia repair was much more than Savannah and her family could afford. Worried about how she would get the sweet dog the treatment she needed, Savannah was shocked when a friend from school's parents stepped in to help. The Perez's saw the advertisement about the sweet pooch on the Nextdoor app and immediately fell in love with Emma and knew they just had to have her. Therefore, they reached out to Savannah and offered to pay for her medical expenses, as well as foster her during the recovery process. During Emma's recovery, the other chihuahuas all found their forever homes. This left sweet little Emma without a permanent place to live. Would she ever find her forever home? Savloka was another one of the abandoned Chihuahuas, and she suffered from a muscular disorder. This left her unable to walk normally, but that didn't matter to her new family. They adopted her anyway. This gave Savannah hope that Emma would find a home too. For Savannah, the outcome for the dogs was more than she could have dreamed of. However, she realizes that if she hadn't taken them home that night, they most likely wouldn't have survived. The outpouring of love from the community was also a pleasant surprise for the teen. It makes me so happy that everyone in the community was wanting to find the dogs forever homes, she told Fox 26, and some people even want to donate money to the animals. For Emma's foster mom, Mrs. Perez, she couldn't be more proud of the teens. As a mom, it touches my heart, Perez said. Not only is my son associated with these young ladies, but they've all decided to take it upon themselves to help someone else that was in need, even if it's an animal. Even though the Chihuahuas found new homes, who abandoned them and why is still a mystery. Investigators have looked into the matter, but there are very few clues to go on to determine who might have left the pups at the dumpster. According to Texas state laws, abandoning an animal is a chargeable offense in both civil and criminal court. Sadly, the people who abandoned these 5 Chihuahuas have gotten away with it at this point. Justice might be served. Unfortunately, dogs being abandoned isn't a rare occurrence. According to the ASPCA, over 3.3 million dogs are abandoned at animal shelters in the United States each year. Out of those 3.3 million, 1.5 million are euthanized at kill shelters. It's a terrible fate for an animal that's nothing to deserve it. Thankfully, these sweet Chihuahuas were able to beat the odds thanks to Savannah's kind heart and selflessness. Now they can enjoy homes where they're loved, cared for, and treated with the respect they deserve. We wish these sweet puppies all the best in their new lives.
Animal lover? Subscribe to our channel for all the latest in pet care and animal rescue. You can also visit our store, where you'll find cheeky merch for cats and dog lovers, including fun and original t-shirt designs and many other accessories you will love. Our earnings will help support and rescue animals in need and make a difference in their welfare. For more information, visit www.pawsfashion.store. Thank you for being a part of our growing community and for caring about animals and their lives, especially at a time where they need you the most.